Satnam, Namaste, welcome to IamWoke. I am your host, Emelina Calder. Today I'm going to take you guys through the ascension energies for the eclipse portals that have been moving through October that are having lasting effects in November and obviously for the next 6 to 12 months. There was an eclipse in Libra on the 14th and now an eclipse on the 28th in Taurus. And these are creating a really beautiful ascension protocol and ascension energies that I'm going to touch on and give you all of the themes in this video. If you're new to my world, I am a high performance life and spiritual coach, spiritual mentor, and guide. I am a shaman, personal branding coach, and a life coach. I work a lot with the Akashic records and I channel mother and father God consciousness. If you guys are looking to get really in tune with who you are, I have a really beautiful shamanic guided meditation healing session that's about 45 minutes in a video, and it's got a 15-minute explainer that you can sign up for free in the description link below. Without further ado, let's jump right into these big eclipse ascension portal themes. Theme number 1 is release the need to know. At this point, everything is new, you guys. We have gone through a really dynamic process of releasing the past, releasing a lot of past karma across the collective and all of us individually. And in the process, we have stepped into what is a new skin, or we've shed a skin like a snake. And we are now completely new. This has been an ongoing process for months, but it's really hit a crux with these eclipse portals. Now, when you're new, that means you have to let go of everything that you have come to rely on, the known, and the need to know. My guides always say it like this: the need to know is the need for security of understanding what a future outcome is going to be without previously having lived it. When you need to know what the future is going to look like, when you have an insecurity of what the future is, and thus you need to know what the outcome is going to be, and you're wondering, like, what is going to happen to me? That is specifically stemming from a fear. It is stemming from insecurity. So when you need to know what's going to happen, or you need to know the outcome, or you want to attach and you have to know exactly what it's going to look like, which can come across as planning, it can come across as control, it can come across as wondering whether or not something is going to work. These are all things that stem from the territory of needing to know. And if I could be very straight and honest, the need to know is like a mental disease where the mind needs to predict what it thinks the outcome in the future is going to be. It's like future tripping in order to feel safe now. It's a really normal, inherent human capability and mechanism that's here for the reptilian brain to feel safe. But it's feeling safe from the idea of what is known rather than unknown, and what you know, what you can predict, is only what you've previously lived. So it is inherently already rooted and anchored in the past, which would then just create more circumstances in the future for you, just like you've lived in the past. When you release the need to know, you release fear. And when you release fear, you can then embrace the unknown, which is filled with the ideas of security, of that which you don't know, of things working out really well, of really miraculous circumstances, of synchronicities, of the flow of life coming to support you. And none of those things can happen while you are anchored into the idea of what must happen in order for you to feel safe in the future, pulling from the past, pulling from what you've known, pulling from ideas and insecurities and belief systems that are not necessarily true, but they're just forms of your mind trying to keep you safe, forms of familiarity. When you release the fear of the known, you invite the unknown, which is to invite the infinite possibility, and you're asking the universe, God, infinite intelligence to fill in the gaps for you, to step in and to actually do the heavy lifting of your manifestation process and bring the new people, events, circumstances, synchronicities, and miracles into your life. A really great prayer to add on to this that I say every morning is, I pray to release the need to know. I pray to release control of the outcome. I pray to be open to new possibilities. I pray to feel safe in the unknown. Theme number 2 is embrace the reality that you already know what's going to happen to you, and it's going to be really, really, really good. This is difficult for most humans, but you want to start to open up to divine surprise. God, surprise me. Universe, surprise me. Show me how good things can get. The reality is that surprising things are going to happen to you. And when we step into the idea that we actually do deserve a good life and that we have a deep inner knowing in our heart where we actually do know what's going to happen to us, and when you tap into your heart, you know that you deserve good things. You know that you're worthy. You know who you are. And the truth is, at the core fundamental energetic level, you are safe, you are protected, you are held, you are loved. And from that place, it means that you know the outcome in the future, which is, I am safe, I am protected, I am loved, I am provided for. If you don't know what's gonna happen in the future, which really none of us do, unless we're predicting based on past predictable behaviors and patterns, which will just produce more of the past, which we don't want. So you really can't predict the future. But if you were to predict the future, you would really just embrace the idea that it's gonna work out for you. That whatever happens is gonna be amazing. Even if you're tripping on something, even if something looks like it may not work out, that it's actually all working in your good. It's actually all working in your favor, which therefore means that you know that things are gonna be good for you. So embrace the reality and the ideas that you know what's gonna happen to you. Assume success, assume completion, assume that what you want wants you, assume that what you want is coming to you and that you're in the process of aligning yourself to it. When it comes down to manifesting, there's like step A and point A and point B. Point A being where you are now, point B being where you want to go. And the reality is you can have it. And then it's really just about taking the easy, what should be easy steps to get to point B. It's just putting one foot in front of the other, walking your path. So embrace the reality that you already know what's gonna happen to you and it's gonna be really good. The truth right now is that the energy in the collective is really unstable. You guys are feeling it, you're knowing it. Now, when energy is unstable, it just means there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of energy that if you don't pre-plan your own energy and decide that things are gonna work out well for you, that you're gonna get swept up in the disarray. It's gonna feel more chaotic and confusing than it needs to. Now, the positive about this is that when there's a lot of energy, movement, and momentum, it's also not organized typically by other people. So if you jump in and organize the energy, and the way that you organize the energy is you claim it and you claim your success. You say, this is gonna work for me. I'm gonna harness this power that's kicking around right now, and I'm gonna use it and say, well, if it's gonna be unstable in the collective, and it's gonna feel like kind of sporadic and chaotic, I'm gonna say that can produce miracles for me, because miracles can come across as synchronistic random events, which is another word of saying kind of chaotic. So embrace the energy and realize that you can create a lot of miracles right now. You can jump on the energy and change your life really quickly. Use it to your advantage. Work your own miracles. Decide what you can have. Jump on board. Follow your next step, which is to follow the flow. Go with the flow of the new ideas that are coming to you, the inspired insights and actions. They can be linear and logical, or they can be more just inspired, heart-based. Regardless, as you take your next steps, you'll be shown everything you need to know, and it'll be easier for the miracles to pop into your life because you're adding momentum into the train of the flow or desire to what you want. All that to say, expect things to work out far better than you have ever known in the past, far better than anything you can imagine, and you will line up with that sort of energy so everything actually can start to line up with you, work for you. And while the energy in the cosmos is in its big rearranging, that you're taking advantage of the fact that the cosmic energies are already in rearrangement, and you're jumping on board saying, hey, I want to organize my energy too, and change and work my own process and work myself and my life into becoming totally new, and a version of myself that I would consider to be my favorite version of myself, the new version of myself, the best version of myself, the highest version of myself. And you're like using this energy that's available to jump into the flow in what will be a fast pace, but will be a safe pace to change your life for the better. Theme number 3 is, my guides have been saying this to me over and over again, throw a cow. This is essentially deciding with your energy that you're gonna get what you want. It's being commanding, it is being demanding. It is saying, universe, this or better. I don't accept whatever the heck it is I've been receiving or dealing with. Like, I'm drawing a line in the sand. I am no longer going back. I know that I've I've dealt with circumstances like that in the past, but I'm no longer available for it. Here are my new standards and I expect to be met. And when you draw that power into your body and you become demanding, which by the way, Source is 1000% okay with, you create a level of consistency in your own energy for the universe to meet you. When you're not as demanding or not as commanding with your own power in what you want, you leave leakages. And in those leakages could be, it's like you saying to the universe, I want this, but I don't know, like maybe later, or maybe universe, you could put it off. We don't want any of that. You want to be commanding and demanding as all heck. And it's really an energetic internal pulse with your energy, where your energy is no longer available for certain circumstances, people, conversations, things not working out, fear, scarcity, you name it. And you project and feel in your own body the power and the energy of everything is working out for me and I'm demanding it to be so. So decide with your energy that you're only available for what you want. And then if it's not what you want and it's not what you're asking for, that you're not available for it. If it doesn't meet your standards from the place of your own alignment with yourself and your spirituality, not purely ego, if it doesn't meet the standards of your own confidence, your own self-worth, what it is you want to invest in the future, how you want to build and create your life, then be completely unavailable for it. So the way my guides position this is they say to throw a cow, like where you energetically in meditation are like, universe, no ifs, ands, or buts. I am not available for anything other than this absolute best reality that I have outlined. This is what I want. This is what I'm going for, and I expect to have it. This level of commanding or demanding nature is the difference between self-sacrifice and self-acceptance. When you are the most confident and the most feeling worthy in yourself, you know that you accept the best and you won't accept anything less. And that is one of the biggest levels of self-care that you could give to yourself, and self-acceptance. It's an extraordinary act of self-love to know who you are, know what you want, know and raise your standards, and not allow anything else that isn't that to meet you. And when it does, and sometimes it'll knock on the door, sometimes people will do things, and that's fine. They can do whatever they want, it's just the universe testing you. And those are all opportunities for you not to be mean, not to cast away, not to do it from ego, but to feel so secure in your own solar plexus, so secure in your heart and your own self-worth, self-care, and self-love that you can calmly just say no to things that aren't for you. And it will be made really, really, really clear to you. If it's not meant for you, it's gonna tell you. Like, people will quite literally tell you that they don't either want you in their lives, or they're not available, or they don't wanna have the conversations, or there've been a lot of things coming up recently, not just for me, but everyone I know, and all relationships are under pretty heavy inspection. And you just simply can say no. You can just say no. It's not a big deal. You don't have to pick a fight. You don't have to try to convince people to come on your side. You don't have to try to change people. You don't have to try to change yourself. You can just purely accept that you're worthy, you have standards, and lovingly, those standards must be met. And if they're not being met, a simple no is enough. And then redirecting your attention to your standards, to what you want, and then allowing the universe to bring it in, and constantly refocusing on the fact that you are worthy, on that deep inner self-acceptance and self-love of allowing yourself to have everything that it is that you're asking for from the universe. You can actually have what you want. Source wants you to have what you want. You know, they always say what you want wants you. It's true, okay? And you know, when we're manifesting, a lot of us attach to what that looks like. Exactly, it has to look exactly like this. And it's not about attaching to the outcome, it's about knowing what it is that you want, and then allowing the universe to bring you that or better. Because when we attach to an outcome, we throw blinders on, and we're like, it just looks like this, it has to look like this. But really, if you take the blinders off, and you say, universe, I think it looks like this. These are my new standards, which are really feelings I have in my body. I want to feel safe. I want to feel cared for. I want to feel provided for. I want to feel loved. I want to feel secure. I want to feel satiated. I want to feel content and happy. I want to feel like I'm in community. All of these things, like that's where I would focus the attention around the things that you're asking for. Know without a shadow of a doubt that the universe will bring everything you want to you and better, likely better. And something else I want to say is if you're asking source for something specific and you're asking source to deliver circumstances, events, synchronicities, and people to you, you're working in a co-creative manner hand in hand with source. And to do so is to know that source delivers in a way that's in service to all. So when you're co-creating with source and you're saying, this is what I want, please bring it to me in the highest possible timeline, the highest possible manner, and I'd like to receive that, you're also engaging in the practice that is for you to receive on behalf of all, for you to receive in a way that is of service to everyone around you. So when you get what you want with source, you are in service to everything, because that's how source works. Source works through harmony and balance and creation and love. And now something else that they channeled through me, they wanted me to say that I thought was hilarious, is around throwing a cow, was saying to go ahead and throw a temper tantrum. If you are ready to get cranky and upset, like don't stuff that stuff down. Don't hold resentment. You can throw a temper tantrum. Now, as adults, our temper tantrums are contained. So feel free to be demanding, commanding, have it all, be like, universe, I want this and nothing different. This is what I'm gonna have. And jump up and down in your apartment, throw pillows across the room. Do what you gotta do. The point is that you want to release all of that energy from channeling into fear, claim it, and bring it to source and say, I am in faith that I'm gonna have what I want. And a lot of that can be moved through temper tantrums. And because the energy right now is more chaotic and unstable, it's gonna be a little easier if you're feeling this way to just throw a temper tantrum or go on a walk where you're kind of steaming like, I'm gonna have this life and this is what I'm gonna have and I'm not gonna accept anything else. Like throw a cow, as my beautiful, wonderful guides say. This can also be done through journaling. You can do this little tantrum journaling, or we can go on the rampage method from Abraham Hicks, journaling, where it's like more positive. Either way, the point is you can have what you want. You're entitled to it. And that's really beautiful because you're entitled to a good life. You're a good human. You should have the things that you want. And the more commanding that you are about it, the easier it is for you to get behind your own energy and believe it. And the easier it is for the universe to actually bring it to you and for you to then receive it. Energy theme number 4 is anticipate real life miracles. When you don't know what's gonna happen in the future, you don't know. You just don't know, which means you're embracing uncertainty. The beauty about embracing uncertainty is that if you're not feeding it into a fear matrix of thought, it means that fun things get to happen to you. It means that miracles are real. It means that the universe actually has to start pitching you balls from out of nowhere that you didn't expect, that are softballs. They're easy. They're there for you to celebrate. They're there to show you that the big display, the big outward manifestation is on its way. And before a big manifestation comes, there's lots of little synchronicities and lots of little manifestations that are showing the way to the big one. So rather than focusing on, oh, the big thing that I want isn't here yet, focus on all of the ways that the universe is showing you through small daily synchronicities, through things that people say to you when you're in conversation and friends, to little miracles popping up on your door, little things, and realize that they are showing the way to give you evidence and proof to continue to believe. And as you see little bits of evidence and proof through synchronicities, you believe more and more and more and more that you can have actually what you want and that it's on its way, which builds momentum, which then becomes very magnetic and it draws what you want right into you. It's a real practice. Embracing uncertainty is embracing success. Now, something that I like to do when I'm feeling really uncertain is moving into stillness. During the day, just set a timer on your phone for 2 to 3 minutes and sit and breathe, and just a brief meditation, and just focus on your breath. Slow your breath as slowly as you can breathe, and focus on your breath and just allow yourself to be still. And you bring that stillness into your body. And then from the place of stillness, the fear dissolves and new direction will come in, whether it's in that moment or whether it's after your meditation or later in the day. Essentially, when you breathe like that and you sit in stillness, you are aligning with the flow of the creation and the laws of this universe. When you align with the flow, you then will start to feel the flow. You'll feel either inspired impulse in your heart, or you'll have thoughts that will be inspired actions that you can then take action on, that are coming from the alignment of you being okay with uncertainty, you getting still, and then you listening for the direction that the universe is trying to take you. Miracles come from stillness. They come from going with the flow. They come from assuming success. They come from releasing the need to know and embracing that you might not know it all. Hello. Which means if you can't know it all, you can't predict it all. So all the fears can just be let go because you don't know. And to not know is to mean that there's a lot of things you don't know, which could be all very, very, very positive, like highly, highly, highly likely that they are very positive. And the more you think that way, the easier it is to align with it, and the more positive things literally pop into your life. It is quite literally magic. And I want to give you guys an example, because it's just a really easy example that came into my life last week. So a couple of weeks ago, I pitched out to the universe, just going with the flow. I was like, I want a trip to Mexico. I don't really want to think about it. Make it easy for me. I don't know what that would look like. I don't even want to put any effort into it. Just like show me, you know, somehow sprout this into my existence. And I let it go and I didn't worry about it and didn't think about it. And then something popped into my Instagram feed where I entered a giveaway around a trip to Mexico. I had no idea that it was coming. When I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. Like, who knows? Maybe that's my trip to Mexico, right? And I kid you not, last week, I get a message that I had won the trip to Mexico. When they closed it out, it was me. I was the one that won. And I just like, almost like couldn't believe it, because I was like, wow, that was so easy. I just pitched it out to the universe without any attachment to the outcome. And I knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted to feel. I didn't know the specifics on what it would look like. And I was pretty clear with the universe that I didn't want to have to intentionally plan it. So I went with the flow, and in going with the flow and knowing what I wanted and being aligned to it, the universe dropped it into my lap, which is crazy, which was also awesome because my birthday was last week. And honestly, it's like the best birthday present I could have received. The universe was like, here you go, trip to Mexico, fully paid for, enjoy. I was like, wow, that's incredible. It was so fluid and so divinely led, and it required me asking for what I needed, knowing what I needed, being totally, completely, authentically who I am, and then going with the flow. And when the signs started to come in, like, oh, maybe, like, oh, try this, I did. And I continued to go with the flow. I continued to think, well, not once was I like, I'm not going to, like, I literally was like, yeah, I'm probably going to Mexico. Like, I think that's real. Like, I think it's legit. Whether it's this or something else, like, something's gonna work out. And because I wasn't invested in the fear, it literally popped right in and showed me so loudly in so many beautiful ways that this was meant for me. Because one of the phrases that my guides say all the time is, you are glue. What is meant for you will stick to you. What is not meant for you will fall away. And when you believe that and you tap into that idea that what is meant for you cannot bypass you, the universe makes it very, very black and white and cut and dry for you to see, yes, this was meant for you. It was easy, it fell into place. Or no, this is not meant for you. It's way too much of a struggle. You have to pretend that you're someone you're not. Like, it's not working out. That just wants to go, let it go. You know, it gets really easy to accept the miracles and let go of the things that are also miracles. They're synchronicities saying, I want to be let go, and then just let go of them. Drop the baggage, drop the anchors that are keeping you back. And as you do that as a daily practice, it becomes really easy for the universe to pick you up and put you into the flow of everything that you do want, where you belong. So ultimately, let the universe surprise you out of nowhere. Enjoy your miracles. I promise they're coming. There's a lot of miraculous movement energy around and synchronicities. Just jump into the flow, start working it, believe you can have it, believe that the too good to be true is too good and it's for you and it has your name on it. And don't forget to be totally, completely, authentically you. Don't save face, don't put on masks, don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to people please your way. Don't try to manipulate circumstances or events or people or try to force things into place. Go with the flow. It's where the miracles are. They are in the flow. They are in the position of you knowing who you are, you feeling secure, you tapping into your most radiant, raw, authentic self. And with that, I'm gonna share with you guys a few ways you can work with me if you're inspired, because on the topic of radical authenticity, most of us are not taught how to have potent self-worth and really well-developed confidence. where we know how to ask for what we need, we know we can receive it, and then we are able to hold on to the power and align with the energy of who we are, knowing what we're capable of, understanding our potential, releasing past wounding, stepping into the idea of our limitless self, what it is that we want, creating ourselves from the land of infinite possibility. And I created an entire program called Break the Mold that helps you break the mold of your past conditioning, understand who you are at your center and your core, both your soul self in combination with your human personality, break through and create a life beyond your wildest dreams. It is an incredible radical authenticity confidence course led by spirit. I am a shaman and I coded the entire program with light. You'll receive the codes when you enter and enroll. There are 11 deep dive modules, 12 beautiful guided meditations that are shamanic and that actually help you retrain and create new energy patterns in your energy field, similar to like neuropathways in the brain. Like when you have a neuropathway and you think the same thought over and over again, like you make a really strong neuropathway. It's kind of the same with your energy. So these meditations actually retrain your energy to be available for confidence, deep self-worth, and personal success. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below for you guys, along with a promo code just for being a subscriber on YouTube. You can jump into the program, become the most of yourself, and create a life beyond your wildest dreams. Now, a couple other quick ways you can work with me is I also help you develop your own psychic abilities, psychic development, and to trust yourself and to trust and understand your intuition. And I do that through the Akashic Records. If you're interested, I have a program called the Akashic Records Immersion where I teach you how to read, intuit, and interpret your own Akashic Records through your own meditation practice. And I'll leave that link down below as well. And I also welcome one-on-one private coaching in my Transformation Accelerator program, where we do a deep dive and I hold you through your transformation through 6 to 12 months. As always, it's so good to see you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you loved it, go give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys what resonated and what's going on for you in the energy dynamics right now. Subscribe, tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss any energy updates. Enjoy the eclipse portals and the eclipse update, and I'll see you soon.